What is going on, guys? We're back with another Torchlight Infinite video, and today we're going to be showing you how to do a pretty good juicy strat, right? So you've done the Ember farm, or you did the no cost currency invitation farm, you've gotten your gear upgraded, you're ready to start putting in some money into your farming to make a little bit more out of it. Well, here you go. Here is one of the many farming strats that are being used that you can juice up, and obviously the more juice you put into it, the better the results are. So let's get right into it. We'll go to the Google Doc just so I can show you that all the information's on there real quick, and then we'll go in game and we'll show you how to set it up. All right, now that we're in the Google document, you can see right down in here, Dark Surge Farming. It has all the information, what cards we're going to be adding to our deck, what cards that we are hoping to use. It has all the information as to when to use them, why we're putting this card in, what my deck currently looks like, right? You can change out embers if you don't want to farm embers for memory fragments or whatever you really want. But for the most part, the main cards and our two honest need to stay so that we can try to stack these, right? And then here are the cards that we're trying to make get doubled up from their pre-made deck, right? These are the two cards that were mandatory for this farming strat to work. If you can get both of them to hit, then you're good to go. These are some of the extra ones that just give you some really good like memory fragments and everything that you can stack on top of this just so that it feels better. If you do get your mandatory two cards stacked, you're definitely going to want to be running this Shiny Dark Surge Compass. It has all the information of why you want to run it in here. And then, of course, you can use any of your other compasses to add more juice to the map. So this is what we're trying to get. One card plus the other card together, run it. When we run this, when we ran our second card, right? If we got our first card, we were going to run our second card. We're going to put our compass on that. That way that is guaranteed that we get Dark Surge in our map. And then this is what we're hoping to farm over here. Edict Dooms are going for like 20 to 25 FE right now. So the more you can get, the better. Each one, all the other ones are going for about 5 FE. So they stack up pretty good. If you get a good amount of them, you're making some pretty big bank, right? So let's go in game and I'll show you how to set it up. All right, so now that we're back in game, let's go ahead and take a look at it. You can see over here that this is the way I've been doing. I almost had it, and then I couldn't get one of the cards to drop, but this is what my decks are currently looking like, right, as the picture on the Google Doc shows, because I still want to farm embers. I still want to double up the embers if we get embers. And with us getting Dark Surge on the map, a lot of the monsters that come out are magic, so that works perfect for our ember strat in the end game, just because a lot of the monsters that you're calling in are magic. That's what activates our Zeal card for our chance to embers to drop, and then we can do doubling up on our embers or specific, like ruling embers drop, whatever. That's just the way I'm farming right now with this. Like I said, you can put fragments in there, you can put trials in there, any of the Gods of Wars things, if that's the way you want to farm, that way you can juice those up. But there are some specific things that we want. We definitely want our two honest cards in there. That way we can inherit this and we can continue to run maps without our map reshuffle or our deck reshuffling, right? And then once you get like your good stack of cards, like I have on this one, like these two, and if I had the other 100% boss chance, right, you're gonna want to run your other honest card. That way you've already got your cards stacked, and now we run this one over and over again until it goes away, and it just continues to keep our cards stacked and us using them over and over until this one disappears, right? So that's a good choice for having it in your deck. Then you're definitely going to want your Dark Surge card so that you can draw two cards from Dark Surge out of the pre-made deck, right? This is definitely going to want to be in there because your Dark Surge doesn't always hit on your map. So if you can use this card and pull two more out, then you're good to go. And then I have a couple other cards that I have in here just because I can awaken them, or I can remove some and get some better ones if I out of the pre-made deck if I didn't hit good, or say I get one of the boss cards right here, but I didn't, or mainly the purple one, right? So say I hit this one and I didn't get the rare one, I can use those cards that I have in my custom deck to try to pull this rare card out, right? This legendary card out, which is very nice. And then, which is the only reason why we have a couple of these cards in here, right? +2 to rare chaos cards, +2 commodity chaos cards, and then a lot of these don't cost any of our map attempts, right? So we don't lose any of our 5 down here. So it's real nice for us to just use those, get some extra cards out on the table, and not take away from our current cards, right? So once you get the 2 cards laid out, you want your 100% chance for an additional boss. You want your 100% chance for your boss to appear, right? You get those 2 cards stacked. You're then going to want to run your compass, right? So let's go over here. Let's see. So they are a little expensive, right? 5, but it guarantees it. This is the reason why you don't want to use your compass until you have both cards ready to go, right? If you have your 100% chance for a boss and your next card is 100% chance for an additional boss, come get you a compass, run it. That way you're guaranteed to get the double bosses. If you don't, then you take a chance of you not even getting Dark Surge in your map at all, and then you just wasted all that time setting this up, right? So run this. You can run, like I said, the other compasses if you want to add more juice, if you got the currency, to be running them. If not, don't worry about these. You can add these in as you start making more and more currency, which adds more juice. And Dark Surge drops a lot of good rewards just as a mechanic itself, right? You can get a lot of memory fragments from it. You can get a lot of compasses and stuff like that. So don't be like crazy. If you can't run these yet, you can start running these once you get some good currency built up. And then you can add all 3 of them in there. That'll help you just so that you can get 30% more monsters, 30% more corrosion energy, right? And then 30% chance for Dark Surge to only consume half, which means just more rewards building on top of each other every time you run this, right? But I would say that all in all, you're only going to want to do this if you get both cards set up. Dark Surge itself drops plenty of currency, and if you just happen to get the perfect 2 cards to come out and hit right, then juice that map up, right? So if I had this card and I got the boss, right, and then I go and I'm like, okay, this one has another boss, we're juicing it. We're juicing it so that we can get as many of those edicts to drop as we can, and then we're going and we're selling those, especially the Doom ones. I mean, you can run them if you want to, but those Doom ones are worth quite a bit of money right now. So as you can see, we got 56 people listing it as 25 FE right here. You know what I'm saying? This is the way I've been making some pretty good currency while continuing just adding, my Ember. I added it to my Ember farming. So a lot of the farming on this game is going to consist of you having 2 little branches and doing one or the other, because you're not always going to get RNG perfect cards, right? They're not always going to be the perfect cards lined up. So if you have options to farm, and then especially if you can add some pretty good juice or compasses or something like that, you can end up making quite a bit of money on it. So that's the video. Like I said, all the information's in the Google Doc if you want to go and read everything and how I'm setting them up and what to look out for and everything else. Or if you just have questions or comments, leave them down in the video description below. I'll answer them as I see them throughout the day. It is a Saturday. I'm with my kids, hanging out, chilling. So it might take me a little bit before I notice it, right? But I will answer them, I promise. Outside of that, thanks guys for coming and checking out the video. Much love. Make sure to like, leave a comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.